Hello students and friends, welcome back to Learners Academy. Today is day 16, chapter 6, handwritten notes for science 2. Give reasons, question 2A of our board exam worth 4 marks. Today's chapter is very important, it's very interesting. Animal classification. The chapter is divided in many segments, in many parts in the textbook itself. That's very important to study. Study this chapter part by part, step by step, and you'll know everything by heart. You need to know all the keywords, all the characteristics of different phylum and the different subphylum. Study this chapter extremely well. The many questions on the board exam, many web diagrams, many give reasons come from this particular chapter. Crack your 10 posts with guarantee. Question wise preparation for exams. Question wise preparation for exams, most important. And study this particular chapter especially with your best attempt with question wise preparation. Study this entire chapter question wise preparation. You'll get it very easily and it will be extremely fun studies. You'll love it. Just prepare these give reasons from each chapters to ensure 4 marks from question 2A. There'll be 3 questions asked in question 2A. You have the choice to attempt any 2. In chapter 6 we have 9 most important give reasons for y'all. Get above 95%. Yes, you'll get it. Just a little hard work and some effort from your side. Show an interest in science subject and you'll definitely get above 95% in science. Give reason 1. Our body irritates when it comes in contact with jellyfish. Our body irritates when it comes in contact with jellyfish because the mouth of the jellyfish is surrounded by tentacle as it belongs to phylum Coelenterata or Cnidaria. The tentacle possess cnidoblast which are used for capturing prey or for defense. When our body comes in contact with the jellyfish, these cnidoblasts penetrate our skin as a defensive action. Cnidoblasts inject the toxins in our body and hence, copy the remaining statement from the question, our body irritates when it comes in contact with jellyfish. Second, annelids are considered as eucoelomates. Sorry. Annelids are considered as eucoelomates due to the following reasons. The cavity between the body and internal cavity is called coelom. The body cavity is either formed by mesoderm or gut during the initial period of embryonic development. Very important. This type of body cavity is called true body cavity, and the body of animals with this type of cavity are called eucoelomate. Annelids possess true body cavity and hence they are called eucoelomates. Very easy and important answer. Study this well. Earthworms are called friends of farmers. This is an in-text question. Study all the in-text questions of all the chapters very well. Many questions come from that as well. Don't miss out on an important part of your textbook. Earthworms are called friend of farmers because earthworms loosen the soil by burrowing deep into it and thus they aerate the soil. This continuous digging of the soil also helps the water to reach the roots quickly. Earthworm can decompose the organic matter from the soil and convert into rich manure. This helps in increasing the fertility of the soil, which should help in increasing crop production. Therefore, earthworms are called friends of farmers. Just telling you something related to this answer, I have compost and eco-friendly biodegradable soil on my terrace, and whenever I find earthworm in my bathroom, in my washroom or somewhere on the floor during the rainy season, I ensure that I put the earthworm inside the soil. I leave it on my compost so that it forms the best quality manure and the best quality soil for my plants. Just a small information which I wanted to share with you all. Now let's move to give reason number 4. Cockroach belongs to phylum Arthropoda and class Insecta. Why? Scientific reasons for the placement of cockroach in phylum Arthropoda. These are the reasons. The body is covered with chitinous exoskeleton, jointed appendages, 3 pairs of walking legs and 2 membranous wings are the characteristic feature of phylum Arthropoda. Body is eucoelomate, triploblastic and bilaterally symmetrical and segmented. Body is divisible into head, thorax and abdomen. Respiration is by spiracles and tracheal tubes. Due to the presence of these characteristics, cockroach belongs to phylum Arthropoda and class Insecta. As you can see, I have highlighted most of this answer. This is the most important answer of this particular chapter. Star this answer. This is the teacher's favorite and the student's friendly answer. Best answer of this particular chapter. Don't miss out on this. This may come for any of your exams. We don't know. Study this well. Take a screenshot or pause for a while. Melanoglossus is a connecting link between chordates and non-chordates. Melanoglossus is a connecting link between chordates and non-chordates because Melanoglossus belongs to phylum Hemichordata. It possesses certain characteristics of both chordates and non-chordates. It has both the characteristic of chordates and non-chordates. Absence of vertebral column, spinal cord, and presence of worm-like body are the non-chordate features of Melanoglossus. Presence of notochord and pharyngeal gill slits are the characteristic features of chordates. Hence, from the viewpoint of evolution, Melanoglossus is a connecting link between chordates and non-chordates. The viewpoint of evolution is from the first chapter, Heredity and Evolution. Some parts of this chapter, Animal Classification, and this first chapter of our Science 2, Heredity and Evolution, are related. Study both these chapters well. They are very important for your Science 2 exam. Okay, all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. All vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates because presence of notochord is a characteristic feature of chordates. All chordates possess notochord in some period of their development. However, vertebrates have notochord only during the embryonic stage, which is later replaced by a vertebral column. Thus, due to the absence of notochord in adult vertebrates, it is said that all vertebrates are chordates, but all chordates are not vertebrates. It may sound confusing, but study this answer by heart. Learn the concept very well. I have forgotten a little bit because I am doing science after 6 months. You have ample amount of time. Study all of these difficult answers well. You will find them over a period of time. They will not be difficult at all. You will find them to be very easy. Okay, big question, big answer. Though tortoise and gharial crocodile live on land as well as on water, they are not included in class amphibians but are in class reptiles. Let's take green highlighter now. Though tortoise lives on land as well as on water, gharial crocodile also lives on land as well as on water. They are not included in class amphibia but are in class reptilia due to the following reasons. When these animals live on land, they respire through lungs. In water, they keep their nasal openings above water to respire. But amphibians can breathe through the skin when in water. Very easy, through the skin and when they are inside the water. Unlike amphibians, the skin of these animals are dry and scaly, whereas the skins of amphibians are moist without any scales. These animals lay eggs on land, while amphibians lay eggs in water. They creep on land as they cannot lift their body up like reptiles. Neck is absent in amphibians, whereas neck is present in reptiles between head and trunk. Thus these animals cannot be included in class amphibian, are not included in class amphibians but are included in class reptilia. Very important answer. Understand the question very well and study the answer step by step. Write all the points in the order which is given over here. Take a screenshot. I will definitely suggest you pause for a while. Take a screenshot. Sorry. Give reason 8. Body temperature of reptiles is not constant. Body temperature of reptiles is not constant due to the following reasons. Reptiles are poikilotherms, that is cold-blooded animals, unlike homeothermic animals which are warm-blooded animals. Poikilotherms is equal to cold-blooded animals, homeotherms is warm-blooded animals. Unlike homeothermic animals, they are not able to regulate their body temperature. Their body temperature depends directly on the external surrounding. They control their body temperature by moving to an environment with suitable temperature. Since thermoregulatory system is not present in them or in their body temperature of reptiles is not constant at all. Last answer. Animals like whales, walrus, dolphins and seals are included in class Mammalia but not in Pisces, though they live in water. Animals like whales, walrus, dolphins and seals are included in class Mammalia but not in Pisces, though they live in water, because they show characteristics similar to mammals but not Pisces. These animals are warm-blooded animals, that is homeothermic animals, whereas Pisces are poikilothermic animals, that is cold-blooded animals. These animals respire through lungs, whereas in Pisces respiration occurs through the gills. These animals have mammary glands, which is a characteristic feature of mammals. Therefore, copy the remaining statement from the given question. Animals like whale, walrus, dolphins and seals are included in class Mammalia but not in Pisces, though they live in water. It's time to end today's video. It's time to finish today's class. Keep learning, my dear friends. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Revise daily, share all your knowledge and experience with your friends. Thank you so much for watching again. Stay tuned to Learners Academy. I'll be uploading many more videos. I'll finish Science 2. Then we'll start off with distinguish between or differentiate between for 10th standard. On that note, stay healthy, stay safe, stay happy, keep learning. All the best to your 10th standards. Best of luck. Bye bye.